let's get this started and, well, let's try streaming a new game because I feel like it. This is Burly Men at Sea and we're just gonna see where this goes. Okay, well first we've got to get this going. Okay, there we go. Don't know what I did. So I think that this game was made for like Steam. So, and I'm playing this on okay, there we go. This game encourages you to just press buttons randomly. Oh, what's this? Calls one of the fishermen. Some kind of rubbish in the nets. Useless sea chart, grumbles the hasty one. Nothing on it but our own island. A map cast to sea without purpose? Must be more to it, argues the steady one. The brave one brightens. A mystery, aye. Folks in the village may know something of it. We should head back. Oh yeah, this is like a point and click, so I have to use my controller to point. And it's responsive. Okay, they are very burly men. But they are not at sea, they are in town. Okay, I have to use the trigger buttons to change the scene. Which is a bit weird, but okay. Well, if it isn't the Brothers Beard, good name, what can I do for you fellas? Steady Beard prepares to speak, but the question is intercepted. God, I cannot speak today. By Hasty Beard. Know anything about maps? We found one. Aye, no ordinary one, exclaims Brave Beard. It's mysterious. The loaf-shaped woman continues working silently for a moment, then pauses to look up. A mystery, is it? I'm afraid I'm not the imaginative type, boys. We're old friends, the ordinary and I, she continues, returning to her work. So presumably we don't need to be in here. I will say this, the art style for it is simple, but effective. I just wish that I was playing this on Steam. So it's more mouse control rather than... Uh-oh, no! Yeah, I wish I was playing this on Steam or computer or whatever, so it wasn't trying to move around with the I wasn't trying to move around with the joystick. The sound effect is somebody going chink. The man glances up at their approach, then returns to his work with a grunt. Mind if we interrupt for a moment? Shouts Steady Beard. See, we caught something strange this morning and we thought you might know something of it. It's mysterious, adds Brave Beard. There's a brief pause as the man stops hammering. He grunts. They wait. It appears he has nothing further to add. Okay, I just like that the sound effect is somebody going chink, chink, chink. Anyways, I am amused and I am very tired tonight. Alright, that's the edge of town that way. So we're just gonna have to go to the other side of town. Gee, I wonder who's gonna know about the map. Is it gonna be the person in the... Is it gonna be in this barn or the person with the flute? I wonder. Bravebeard sidles over to the chewing cow. Sidles? Sidles? Yes. You wouldn't know anything about mysterious maps, would you, old girl? He pretends not to wait for an answer. Do the chickens know anything? What is your wisdom, chickens? I don't think they have any wisdom. And the barn is only one screen, so we're gonna move on and talk to the person with the flute. I hope. I see, Charday. The young man shrugs. We've got a formatting problem. I can't say no much about him with these landlocked legs of mine. Old fellow next door in the coffee shop might have answers. Well, we're on the right path even if you didn't know. You'll be wanting a drink and a seat by the fire, I expect. The men cast a dubious glance at the tiny stools before complying with a shrug. Behind them proceeds a friendly war of mechanical sounds, made with somebody's mouth. The old man soon approaches with a steaming tray. Single origin espresso, roasted it myself, he declares. They stare blankly. He sighs. Coffee. Relaxing, the men sip cautiously. Eyes widen. Oh my god, the cups are so small and the stools are so small. It's like when you go to a kindergarten class or a grade 1 class and you look at the tiny chairs. They're so small. Now, what have you found? He chuckles at their stunned faces. Observation, that's all. Folks come in with questions and yours is plainly rolled in your hand. Steadybeard grins. Aye, then you are the man we want to see. He unrolls the parchment between them. All lean in. The old man deliberates for a moment before speaking. Seems what you have here is the variety of map that brings about adventurous deeds and heroic feats. Aye, Bravebeard leaps from his seat to pound Steadybeard on the back. But there's nothing on it, remarks Hastybeard flatly, eyeing the old man. This is a book. The old man grins at his skeptical look. Aye, it's a worthwhile adventure that begins with the unknown. This map has tales yet to tell. I don't know what accent I'm possibly doing and what you guys are hearing. He turns to walk away. Oh there, what sort of tales, calls Bravebeard. That depends, replies the old man, on what sort you chooses. He crosses the room, disappearing through a doorway behind the counter, leaving these three men alone in his shop. Steadybeard coughs awkwardly. Neat. Guess we'll be going then. Thanks for the espresso, he tries. There's no answer. I'm having fun. This game was cheap when I bought it on the shop. It's cute, and maybe it won't be a long game. But I don't need it to be a long game. And it quite possibly is gonna have, like, multiple endings? I don't know. The controls are a little bit finicky, but that's because I think it's a point-and-click game that's been adapted for the Switch. So I wonder if it would be easier if I were playing this in handheld mode. Sea rats, remarks Hastybeard, squinting. What do you reckon they're after? Steadybeard frowns. I don't like it. Has the feel of mischief about it. Mischief away, grins Bravebeard, loosening the sails. It's dark inside the whale, but the men appear to be intact. A flickering ring of firelight cuts into the darkness before them. Join us, friends. From whence do you come? Asked one of the nymphs. We were sailing for adventure and heroic feats when this colossal whale fellow scooped us up, explained Steadybeard. It really is very discouraging. A man can't probably have an adventure at sea indoors, adds Bravebeard. Be calm, friend. Imagine the wave. Become the wave, advises a second nymph. The others exchange mellow glances, nodding in approval. Can't say I follow the sentiment in that remark, comments Hastybeard. But if you'll advise us how to hop off this vessel, we'll be on our way. The great barnacled one brings us to a place we could not go ourselves. But those unwilling may depart through the fountain of the faithless, adds the nymph, gesturing sadly toward what appears to be a hatch. And our ship? She can't fit through that. Fear not. Once the great barnacled one reaches the place of promise, he will open the gate. He will open wide the gate that all may go out as they came in. So either we escape with no ship, or we wait for the creature to open his maw? The nymphs nod grandly. Time flows quickly in contemplation of the Great One's splendor. He who chooses the path of waiting is welcome here by the fire. Bravebeard's face shows alarm. I think we'd prefer to look around first. The nymphs begin to sway, but all this darkness beyond the circle of the Great One's love, you must first seek the enlightenment of... Found it, interrupts Hastybeard, grabbing a torch from the fire before them. That's one way to get it. A few barrels, left empty by the morning's interrupted work, now float free beside the boat. The men consider them in the torchlight. If I were the puzzle-solving sort, observes Hastybeard, I'd call that a solution. Aye, they'll float, nods Steadybeard, but not so well as our ship. Bravebeard scoffs. What are we, landsmen? Arms and legs float well enough. So I guess that's an option if we decide to go out the hatch. Which I guess is this? That'll be our exit, observes Hastybeard eagerly. Give her a tug. But we aren't properly Flotated, contends a nervous Steadybeard. We can't go about tossing ourselves overboard without certain assurances. Rubbish, grunts Bravebeard. Give me water and I'll teach it to carry me. So I want to go back. And I'm curious. I'm curious about two things. One, if this really is like a choose your own adventure. Ah. Alright, so yeah, I can do that. Get some barrels. Ooh, fish. You cannot await the place of promise clothed in this manner, friends. Or is it... The nymph shudders. Departure, you seek. Escape, I'd call it, growls Hastybeard. We're feeling mighty faithless. There's a gasp from the nymphs. Then you must go at once. Step through the door behind us and pull the cord to summon the fountain, but... The barrel-clothed men take steps to evade the remaining conversation. Okay, so I guess because we're in the barrels, we can't choose to wait. So, well... Come on, there we go. Because how the game loads in the next part, or as far as I can tell how it works, it's a little bit hard. It's mostly just annoying. Hastybeard is fiery with excitement. Summon that fountain and let's be off. Bravebeard grumbles eloquently from his barrel. Steadybeard looks worried. Alright, let's try this. Ah, okay. So I could only go so far left, which means right is the right direction. You can kind of see a mountain in the background. Tiring, the barrel-clothed men settle back to drift with the current. May as well see where this takes us, observes Steadybeard bleakly. Time passes. Bravebeard begins to snore raucously from behind. I don't know if I said that word right. Time passes. Ship ahead! The shout awakens Bravebeard. He eagerly overturns his barrel, resurfacing a moment later to cough out, "It begins!" What the devilry? Exclaims Hastybeard. The grim, cloaked figure clears his throat as he approaches. Greetings. Please climb aboard for your complimentary trip to the afterlife. Ah, well, replies Steadybeard. Thank you, but we prefer the long way. There's a long silence. The figure is masked, but the men feel distinctly that he is sulking. At last he heaves a desolate sigh. You do not willingly forfeit your souls? He pleads. It is quite painless, and I would at least be promoted from this apprentice-issued rowboat. Another silence follows. Then, he continues despairingly, there must be a race. At this, Hastybeard's face cheers significantly. Maybe you would be so kind as to lose? No, of course not. He sighs deeply again. We race through the cliffs of despair, he explains mournfully. If the three of you pass me at any point, I lose. If I take the lead, however unlikely, I don't lose. Meaning you win? I had not thought of it that way, but I suppose that would be the case, yes. Without waiting to confer, Hastybeard sets off paddling furiously. I don't know if I'm supposed to do anything here at this point or not. I'm pressing buttons because I don't know. Uh-oh. But I don't know if it's actually doing anything to help. Yeah, I really don't know what I'm supposed to do for this part, so I'm just pressing buttons. How long is this race? Ah! I don't even know if pressing the A button does anything. Okay, so I stopped. Okay. Interesting. So I finally just stopped button mashing, and I actually moved around and did stuff, and that's how I won. This game really just does want you to explore a bit. Really very sorry for scuttling your promotion and all that, offers Steadybeard. It's not so bad, tries Bravebeard. You've a boat, and that nice, scary mask. I do have a nice mask, sniffs the muffled voice. Great, well, goodbye, calls Hastybeard, paddling away. The others join him. And we have cheated death. Alright, so we can't really go left. We just have to keep going right. After a time, the men begin to notice something strange about the setting sun. Its course seems to be drifting gradually left. Ever seen the sun move like that? Bravebeard muses aloud. What's it up to? Steadybeard looks worried. I have a feeling it's more serious than a wayward sun. Do you note that? Note the wind. Can't seem to make up its mind. Aye, far worse, realizes Hastybeard. It's a current we're caught in. And a mischievous one by my reckoning, adds Steadybeard, his voice growing more tense. We're drifting in a circle and faster by the minute. Bravebeard's shout names they're feared. Maelstrom. Maelstrom? Maelstrom? Maelstrom. From high above, the water's accelerating swirl is unmistakable. The men paddle furiously, but the widening vortex is inescapable. They are carried deeper, thrown against the rising wall of water. I wonder. Okay, there's nothing I can really do at this stage, so just gotta let the story play out. Whirling faster as it narrows, the maelstrom swallows the barrels and drags the men from them into the deepening darkness. Well met, bearded travelers. The voice is deep, musical, unlike mine. Hello? Stammers Bravebeard awe. The absurdity of underwater speech only adds to the wonder apparent on his face. You've seen much this day, she continues, smiling. The men nod unnecessarily. Yet you have not seen all. She peers at each of them. Other paths lie untrodden behind you. If it is in your hearts to seek these paths, wait another day awaits. Hastybeard clears his throat nervously. Pardon my interruption, ma'am, but we've no longer any vessel with which to seek them. Lost at sea, she was. The silvery laugh ripples the water around them. You have traveled far without her, have you not? But do not be troubled. That which is lost may yet be found. May we meet again at the end of another path. Inclining her glimmering head in farewell, the creature slips silently away into the darkness. In the quiet that follows, the men find themselves still sinking. Crabs! And we live. On an island with puffins. And a moose? And a weird rock. And weirder yet, a shed. Or a house. Let's find out. Wait. Thought you'd find a way to that door eventually, the old man greets them. The familiar has a way of making itself new when you look at it sideways. Never seen that part of the island before, I'd bet. The men shake their heads. Still have the map? He questions. Steadybeard nods, silently passing it to him. Hey, we got some stuff filled in. I see you managed to find those adventurous deeds, and did you meet her? Aye. Bravebeard is the first of his brothers to speak. Magnificent she was, like the, oh god, of old tales. But she told us we've more to see. Aye, it'll be there where you're ready for another. It'll be there when you're ready for another go. The old man gestures to the books. Those shelves are full of tales like yours, and all with paths left untrod. There's a twinkle in his eye. I even contributed a few in my time. You see, he continues, what's left unwritten in one story can fill others if you've the inclination to sail again. Have another look at that shelf. Burly Men at Sea, Steadybeard reads aloud. Not a bad title, that, but what's all this numerical business on the spine, and how did... He gives them a sly look. That's another mystery if you've the curiosity for it. And one last thing, continues the old man. I don't mind telling you now that I was the one who sent your bottle to sea. I have another to be tossed out for the next curious soul. Will you do the honor? Does this mean that we finished the game? Since we got the credits? I think this means that we finished the game because we got the credits. Well, it was cute. I think that it was more... Sorry, I think it was more designed for being a point-and-click game, though, but that's just the way it goes with some of these cheaper titles on the Switch. The art design is very aesthetic. It's very simple and cute. And yeah, it's a quiet adventure by Brain and Brain. So, back into the sea it goes. Okay, and we are back here. And back to sea we go. She's come back to us, exclaims Hastybeard, and more lovely than we left her. Courtesy of the Barnacle Transport Service Inc., reads Steadybeard from a notice on the side. Why, that great blubbery bellyache did us a good deed. I did the wrong accent there. Alright, so I guess we got like one ending of sorts. So maybe we can get a few more. Be welcomed, wayward pilgrims, speaks one of the nymphs, for who can resist the majesty of the great barnacled one? So it is that we awaited your return. Hard to resist when you're sucked down like a clam in stew, growls Bravebeard. The Great One journeys this way daily, so that through him all may one day find the place of promise. Predictably, the nymphs trade nods of approval. Will you wait with us here by the fire, or is it the way of the faithless you seek? Well, we're going to decide that after we have another look around. Alright, so we could probably just do all that over again. So let's go for a little bit more chaotic. Oops. Okay, so I do have to hold it down for a while. I was wondering about that control. Alright, that part of the dialogue is the same. So, well, let's try it. Let's find out what happens if we just throw ourselves out. I feel like this is more of faith than faithless. Give me water, he says, growls Hastybeard. Well, we've water all right, and to spare. Any other requests? Bravebeard aims a fish at his head. Shaking his head, Steadybeard begins resolutely to swim. I think that's a bad idea. I don't know how long the boys get to swim when they don't have the barrels. I suppose I could also have gone back into the coffee shop and looked at the map and the other books. Oh well. Alright, oh, there we go. Land ho! Steadybeard's sudden shout brings the company to a halt. An island? Odd that they hadn't noticed it before. Unconcerned by this mystery, the men splash frantically toward it and clamber up, panting. Recovering first, Hastybeard stands surveying the bald hills around them. Not much to it, he observes, but it's dry land in any case. Aye, but what sort of land? Steadybeard bends to poke the ground, which gives slightly beneath his finger. 'Tis no rock nor dirt, he pokes it again. Water begins suddenly to boil, the island shuddering in an ominous rumble. Bravebeard leaps forward with a grin, dragging a terrified Steadybeard. This has the marking of a heroic adventure, or I'm a sea cucumber. You could be both. Oop. Yeah, this is the part where I don't like the point and click aspect. With an eager yell, Bravebeard charges, launching himself onto the tentacle. Don't just stand staring, you blighted barnacles, help me! Before they can act, another tentacle flies from the water behind them. You, get. As the whimpering creature tugs half-heartedly at its captured tentacle, Bravebeard addresses it. Seems we've a bargain to make, beastie. You ferry us to safety, and in return we'll detangle this little predicament you got yourself into. What do you say? The creature gulps, giving a quick nod. Right then, let's be off, commands Bravebeard, striking a leaderly pose. As the sun sets before them, the silhouette of a distant island comes into view. That'll do, beastie, over there, calls Bravebeard to his steed. Eager to please, the big creature gives a nod, speeding ahead. Having released its tentacle, Bravebeard pats the huge green head fondly and disembarks after the others. Aye then, you're free to go. Behave yourself. The creature gives a salute and disappears into the waves. The waterfall appears lit from within, drawing the men as it cascades down the rock face. Beneath its roar, they can hear the faint sound of music. I bid you welcome, travelers. I bid you welcome, travelers, pronounces the man. Thou hast wandered far, but thy quest is now at an end. I will now bestow upon thee the gift long sought. The men exchange eager looks. What might that be? Inquires Steadybeard. The gift of an object materializes over the old man's head. Music! That's a fiddle, observes Bravebeard. Music! Repeats the man, solemnly. I didn't do that solemnly, but whatever. Hastybeard gives an awkward cough. Very thoughtful of you, begins Steadybeard uncomfortably, but we aren't exactly of a musical bent, if you take my meaning. Confound it, the old man seems to have forgotten his raised arms. When he finally speaks, his voice is strained. Then why hast thou disturbed my solitude? The men shrug. We'd be pleased to leave thou to it, Hastybeard replies, if you've got anything here that floats. With a glare, the old man snaps his fingers and a raft appears in the water near them. Begone, and do not disturb me again. Hey, we got a new ride. The men push off, paddling the raft beyond the island and into the night. I'm just assuming I go right at this point. I don't think it goes any faster if I'm pressing the trigger button, but I'm doing it anyways. We meet again, bearded travelers. You have sought new paths this day, she smiles. The men nod unnecessarily. Yet still others lie untrodden behind you. Her gaze is deep, searching. It is well, for you bear the look of those who would seek them. May we meet again at the end of another path. Inclining her glimmering head in farewell, the creature sleeps silently away into darkness. Her words seem to linger, leaving them quiet as they drift on in the fog. I think the greatest mystery is why there are puffins and a moose on this island, but I don't think I know enough about puffins. But is this like Newfoundland or Labrador? I think it's like Newfoundland or Labrador. Which brings even more questions to what accent I'm doing. Alright, so can we actually look at the bookshelf? I'm trying. Had another go, did you? The old man greets him smiling. Well, let's see it. Yeah, I think the jellyfish is new. And the fiddle. Oh yeah, wait, no, those are all new. Aye, he sighs. Beautiful that is. As they turn to the shelf, he nods. I'd wager there's room up for more up there. Can I look at the shelf? Hastybeard removes a small card from the books, squinting at it. Enter code at burlymen@c.com/mystery. Sounds like a load of bilge to me. Alright, so it seems like there's some sort of website link, but I'm not going to check that out on stream. Not today. Alright, so let's do another, because there were at least three obvious different paths to do. Because we did the Fountain of the Faithless with barrels, without barrels, and then Well, there's still one more to do. Now, how do we do it? I don't know, because we have to deal with Hasty Beard. Alright, I guess this part of the dialogue isn't going to change. The men fidget for a moment as Steadybeard clears his throat. If you don't mind our intrusion, we'll wait here with you fellas. Sit, friends. For those who follow the Great One, there is no mind. Aye, that's plain, grins Bravebeard. The three men sit. There's a silence, and the nymphs begin to speak in turn. Within the Great One, something something, the Great One encircles us in the circle of all things. The Great One's kindness is as genetically modified potatoes. The men begin to drift off, now catching only pieces of a nonsensical exchange as they fall into sleep. Biodiversity. Final stop. Please exit through the front with your belongings. And your whole boat. Take that whole boat with you. Don't forget it like every other time. Those long-haired nymphs let us sleep through our stop, complains Hastybeard as they sail out into the sunlight. Bravebeard merely shudders. May as well see where it is that we have stopped anyway. Alright, nothing to the left, as I suspected. But there is a chicken. Great lumping land rats, exclaims Bravebeard, edging away. Stop! The voice is deep and aged as the earth itself. Men and rock stand staring at one another. Moments pass before the creature speaks again. You are small. Something about the naivety of this statement seems to ease the men. You're rather large yourself, tries Bravebeard hesitantly. Thank you, rumbles the small mountain simply. Would you like a flower? I am quite good at flowers. Oh, we don't want to be a bother, begins Hastybeard, in fact, but the creature is already turning. Or maybe I will fetch 3. Rumbling happily to itself, the geological oddity thunders away. The men breathe sighs of relief. As do I, because, once again, these controls are, well, a whole thing. This is a point-and-click game on a non-point-and-click controller. I have done it! I have fetched a flower! The men turn reluctantly from the enticing safety of their boat to face the returning earthquake. Gently, the massive stone fist places before them what appears to be an upended tree. Why, thank you, gushes Hastybeard, elbowing the snickering Bravebeard. What a nice flower! The big creature grins. Beams. Oops. The creature's shoulders slumped, dejected. It has wilted. You know, I think I saw another on the far end of the island, suggests Steadybeard. Why don't you go? I will fetch it. Frightening, the mountainous being turns once more to thunder away. Or maybe 3. Hastybeard calls after him, grinning. Quick, while we've a chance, he adds in a whisper, leading the way to the boat. I don't like the looks nor sounds of that, worries Steadybeard over the distant rumble. Rather be fetching flowers with that walking rock pile on dry ground. On cue, a shower of rain tumbles over them. Suffering squid livers, howls Hastybeard. We'll be sunk. They bail furiously, but the downpour is relentless. Through the eerie gray, they seem to hear the faint keening of wordless song. The thunder was made with somebody's mouth. A flash of lightning suddenly illuminates their surrounding. Women folk! Yells Bravebeard. There are women folk in the water! His shout is followed closely by a splash as Hastybeard jumps in. Of all the kelp-headed half-wits, a second splash halts Steadybeard's analysis of the situation. Sighing deeply, he dives after them. When you're brothers. Well, finding the dark water empty, the men quickly regret their course of action. Why are you jumping in water after women? So we wound up here again. We meet again, bearded travelers. You have sought new paths this day, she smiled. The men nod unnecessarily, yet still others lie untrodden behind you. Her gaze is deep, searching. It is well, for you bear the look of those who would seek them. May we meet again at the end of another path. And we get the same dialogue as before. Alright, so in case that coughing fit didn't make it clear, well, I think that this is where we need to end for the night, because again, I'm tired. So, we'll come back to this another time because I have found a list of the paths, and quite honestly, I have no idea how to do some of these. So we're going to find out next time. But until then, bye-bye.